74th minute goal from Shaban Mohammed, the rainmaker, ensured that Uganda Cranes picked maximum points against the Botswana Zebras at the Mandela National Stadium after 5 years of no action for the Uganda Cranes on that pitch. And then Uganda going to 6 points, that is in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers for 2026. Good evening and welcome to the KCCA FC TV show. It is season 5, episode 35. And definitely a usual suspect with my colleague here, and we're going to be breaking it down, the Uganda Cranes, 2 new signings for KCCFC, and you'll be getting to know all this tonight on the show. And who knows, if time allows, we might even have the third. But like we normally start off this, you and us are definitely walking this journey together. All right, welcome once again to the KCCFC TV show, and we'll kick this off with the poll question. Earlier on, we put up a question on our social media pages, that is X and Facebook, and we asked you that which position would you like to see strengthened ahead of the 2024-2025 season, and why? Use the hashtag KCCFC TV, and we'll be reading all your answers here on the KCCFC TV show tonight. Well, that is the question. Head down to X and Facebook, and we'll be reading all your opinions here on the KCCFC TV show. Patrick, welcome to the KCCFC TV show, and Happy Heroes Day.
Happy Heroes Day to you.
It's a public holiday, but I mean, we're here working.
That's football. Even on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, players train because the next day there's always football on Boxing Day, which is 26th. And also there is always football on 1st of every year, 1st January. So that means life of footballers or people that work in the sports, not only football, but life of people that work in sports is like that. You don't get to rest. Maybe if you fall sick and you have sick leave, but besides that, footballers, if you're working in sports, you don't get that luxury to rest. That's why we are here.
Man, I mean, it's holidays for the players, but we that do work with the players are not having any holiday. We are here working.
That's how it is. It's how it rolls. You want to change and go to something else?
Where else would I mean, it's football. So my life is sport. If
you never know. You might want to go into Sewage. They say there is much money there.
If I'm to ask, who is your hero? As before we jump straight into the action, we have so much to talk about tonight. My
hero will have to be my... Can I have very many? It has to be one.
You can say one or many, or you can just...
My hero, mate, not mate, my hero is my family. I wouldn't want to break down because they are part of me. I've grown up with them since childhood. They are the people that have not changed in my life. They've been a constant from day one. So I think my family are my heroes.
Wow.
And yours?
Well, if you ask me who my hero is, definitely family has got to be there. But I'll focus so much on KCCFC. And for me, the people that started this club 61 years ago on the 12th of April, that was 1963. That is the late Samuel Wamala and his friends from the engineering department that were, started this club as, they just used to play a little bit, maybe in the evenings, as more of something casual. And little did they know that something that they had started casually would be the stepping stone of very, very many achievements for a club called Kampala Capital City Authority Football Club. And here we are, probably 61 years ago, they didn't know the club would even have a TV show where you come and, unveil players and give the viewers and the followers out there everything about the football club. So for me, they are my heroes. Some of them, actually most of them, could have passed away, like the late Samuel Wamala, the founder. But some of the members that were there as the club started, as like, for example, the current board member, that is
the legend.
Mr. Tom Luanga, the legend, the living legend. Some are still, around, but other colleagues passed on, and all we can say is, may their souls rest in eternal peace.
Okay.
Well, away from the Heroes Day, we go straight to business because the Uganda Cranes returned to the Mandela National Stadium, and KCCFC had 2 players in there, that is Shaban Mohammed and Joel Serunjoji, obviously part of that 28-man squad for the Uganda Cranes. And we had Shaban Mohammed come on as a substitute in the 64th minute, replacing Fahad Bayo, and Joel Serunjoji come on in the 85th minute, replacing that was Travis Mutiaba. And definitely, you saw that goal at the beginning of the show, Shaban Mohammed scoring the lone goal. That is the rainmaker. Shaban Muhammad just doesn't know when to stop scoring. Because, you know, when he came on, the Cranes had really been playing well, and but they just needed that cutting edge, or, you know, to break that deadlock. And the player scored that lone goal for Uganda Cranes on that day. But kudos to very, very many other players that, you know, featured on the day. Club aside, I feel that they really, you know, put up their hands and to get counted. And that means Uganda Cranes head to 6 points. That is in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Patrick. Quickly, Shaban Muhammad, Joel Serunjoji representing the football club. I really must say I'm proud of Joel Serunjoji. When he came on, I felt my heart was, you know, bursting with so much joy.
Of course, a young player who hadn't played any football on the top level, coming to KCCA Football Club at the start of the season, it was really hard. He must have quite a story. I think after the qualifiers, we should get to host him on KCCA FC TV live to tell his story. This is a player that had a very rough start. His first game, that professional game, was that friendly against Kakamega, and we all know what happened. He was substituted. Was it after 20?
No, a few minutes. I don't think he made it to the 20s.
Yes, because the coach then, not even the coach, we all saw that he was struggling and he was losing the ball. So for any player, young player who's starting to play football on that level, that would really put them down. But it did not stop his game. He actually came, and if you're to ask who were the best players in the Star Times Uganda Premier League midfielders last season, I think Joel Serunjoji is in the top 3. That's why he actually earned the national team call-up, and it's no surprise that he had a chance to play in the team. And I think he's also going to have a chance to play in the Algeria game, which is tomorrow.
Well, that is the player right there. Joel Serunjoji came on in the 85th minute, replacing Travis Mutiaba, also had a very fantastic game in there. And we saw Joel play in a different position this time around. We are so used to seeing him playing in the central defensive midfield or as a defensive midfielder, but this time around was playing just behind the strikers. Probably that's a new tactic, or it's because of the demands of the game at the time when he came on. But, well, kudos to the entire team. The Uganda Cranes going to 6 points. We'll be obviously talking more of the Uganda Cranes later on in the show, but we had to kick off with those 2 players, our representatives in there. Shaban Muhammad scoring his first international goal at the Mandela National Stadium. He scored many goals for the Uganda Cranes, some in the friendlies, some in those, you know, some in the under-20s back then when he was the captain of the under-20 team, that team that had the Julius Poltos and the Kiza Mustafas. But this time around, scoring at the Mandela National Stadium after 5 years of no action at that stadium. Well into Shaban Muhammad and how he really executed that goal. I mean, for the heart, the desire, the commitment for him to go and, you know, meet that ball in a very, very tight situation.
Typical Muhammad Shaban goal. He's a player that he always throws his body on the line. And I can assure you, had it not been Muhammad Shaban, very few Ugandans can actually score such a goal.
Like
you
that.
see,
Look,
he kept going and he was there at the right time.
About 2 defenders in there.
Even the goalkeeper had already come out and he somehow managed to nick the ball ahead of the goalkeeper. So kudos to him. Very few Ugandan attackers can actually score such a goal, and that is typical of Muhammad Shaban, because we see him do that game in. It reminds me of the goal against, was it against URA, where he came on and he leaped off. He actually also came.
2 that day.
Yes.
One where I think
the winning goal.
Heads the ball back to the goalkeeper.
Yes.
And then he must have scored another goal in there.
So he
scored 2 goals in that game.
he scores such goals, and for me, right now, I think is the best attacker in the land.
Well, there you are, the best striker in Uganda currently. 17 goals in the Star Times Uganda Premier League, and that meant that he was the top scorer last season. Also scored 3 goals in the Uganda Cup, not forgetting his goal in the CAF Confederations Cup earlier on in the season against Abu Salim, taking his tally this season to 21 in 30 games.
You can add him that as
games.
well.
Sorry?
You can say 22, club and country.
Yeah, well,
or that is next season.
Well, that is club and country. This is
Could it be?
It is still this season.
Oh.
The next season starts July. I mean, we're counting that kind of
July.
So,
so club and country, he has one there for himself as well.
Away from the Uganda Cranes, but we'll be coming back for the Uganda Cranes later on, because we have a game tomorrow against Algeria, and we have some news, especially from our players, later on in the show. We told you that we do have our first signings that we'll be talking about on the KCCA FC TV show tonight, and this is the right time just to let you know that the season 2023-2024 is done and dusted. But I'll tell you that business as KCCAFC is still going on quite well. I'll tell you that KCCAFC is quite busy in the market, and that is when it comes down to transfers. And we already have some players that have joined the football club. Now tonight on the KCCAFC TV show, we'll be getting to know who are some of these players that have put pen to paper to join a club with a very rich history, 61 years and counting, and also the most successful football club when you count all the trophies that are there to be fought for in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first signing for KCCFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season. With the first signing for KCCFC ahead of the season 2024-2025 is confirmed, and that is Kwikiriza Shafiq Nana, who has joined KCCFC for 5 years. And this player is from Bull Football Club. There is the fact for this player. The player is called Kwikiriza Shafiq Nana. Position, plays as a winger, can also play as an attacker. His date of birth is 3rd March 2004. That means the player is 20 years old. And his former club is played for Bull Football Club, and also his contract is 5 years, so he's at the club till the season 2028-2029. Patrick, there we have it, our first signing, Kwikiriza Shafiq Nana, signing from Bull Football Club, a very entertaining player, plays as a wing, and a young man who is, by the way, still in school. I mean, how much do you know about this player? And should we say KCCFC has bagged I mean, one of those very interesting players, especially for his generation.
Yeah, looking at his profile, he's a player that has not had so much clubs. He has played for, of course, in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. He has only been at Bull for 2 years. That is before joining from Ginger Progressive, actually. He was playing at Ginger Progressive in the school. Yeah. So, yes. So he was playing at Ginger Progressive, the school, and also playing for Bull, until he signed his first professional contract 2 years ago. And the one thing that I really like about his game, he's a very pacey forward. He's a number 7. I don't want even to say mostly. He's an attacker and he's very attack-minded. He's one of those players who will get the ball and carry it forward without fear. And for me, I think he's one of the players, like you see the way Joel was, he had not had much experience in the league, but he came and he took everyone by storm. I like the fact that now KCCA is signing really young players, because he is 20 years of age. You may look at him as someone that does not have the experience yet, but we have seen what Joseph Ogwang did last season.
I mean, who knew Joel Serunjoji?
Who knew Joel Serunjoji?
He's now playing on the national team.
Yes, playing on the national team.
First season.
I'm telling you, first season, no one knew Joel. He had never played any professional football, competitive. Meanwhile, he was in the Masaza. He comes in the league, takes everyone by storm, and he's starting in the national team.
So another player should be Saidi Mayanja,
of course, who
was also featured for the under-20. Not much was known about him before.
Osama Arafat as well, because Osama Arafat had also not played in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. And here we are, we have players that, you know, we like so much to talk about experience. We want to talk about players that have the experience. But at times, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah.
I'll talk about the commitment to the club. 5 years, and this is the kind of commitment this player has really shown to the club, because if you have signed 5 years, at 20 years, if you've given your next 5 years to a club like KCCA Football Club, should we say that the club is now looking at the future? Because if he had signed a year, I would say maybe it's someone to fix. But 5 years, that means it's part of the big plan that is being orchestrated by Mr. Abdallah Mubiru and his technical team.
Yeah, that is good business, of course. When you're signing young players, I think you must have them for a very long time. You cannot have a young player 20 years old signing for 2 years. I think that is business that is done for players that are aged, the ones you want to call experienced players, of course. But for a young talent, it's only good business to tie them down. Minimum, I think, should be 4 years. But 5 years, anything can happen, because the only attackers we have, I don't want to say only, the ones that start game in, game out is Etienne Katenga and Osama Arafat. And you know, business, football business, any offer can come and one of them may walk away next season or the other season. So if you have a player who's in there for the next 5 years, and also giving a player much more time to get composed, at times it may refuse in the first season, but when you have the years, it gives them more time and more opportunities to show what they have.
Well, yeah, there you have it. The confirmation is in, and Kwikiriza Shafiq Nana is the first signing for KCCAFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season, and he has committed his future to the club, 5 years, and that means the club is really signing for the future. It's going to be a club for quite some time, and wish him all the best. Everyone at the football club definitely wishes Shafiq Kwikiriza Nana all the best at the football club. Now we caught up with Nana, and just this is for his first interview, just when he joined KCCAFC, how he feels and what does he bring to the party. Here is Nana speaking about his joining KCCA Football Club.
Football Club, abasinga gye bayita council.
Nange sanyusa okubalaba.
Ng'omuzannyi owulira otya okweyunga ku ttiimu nga KCCA kuba club nnene nnyo mu ggwanga lino?
Era sijagamba nti mpulira bubi, olunaku lwanjawulo nnyo gye ndi, kubanga negase ku ttiimu ey'ebyafaayo ate ey'amaanyi mu Uganda.
We wali okula kye mmanyi olina ttiimu ezimu z'oyagala z'owagira. Ttiimu ki ze wali weegwanisa oba ze wali oyagala oba z'owagira ng'omuzannyi omuto ng'okula mu Uganda?
Mu Uganda nga nkyali muto, kyali ku ssomero, nali neegomba okusambira Bulbidiku. Era bwe nateekamu amaanyi, Mukama n'annyamba n'enkola ki, n'enfuna omukisa, ne ŋŋendayo.
Otandika batya ozannyira bull? Wali oli mu ssomero, wali ova mu big league, otuuka otya okutandika okuzannyira Bidiko?
Okutuuka ozannyira Bidiko, bandabira ku ssomero. Bandabira ku ssomero mu post primary.
Ku ssomero ki eyo bawobi bwe bayinza okuba bakulabako ku TV munnange? Twagala bamanye nti wali ozannyirako essomero. Erinnya ly'essomero osobola odyogera?
Bandabira ku Jeja Progressive Jipla eri Jinja.
N'ogenda mu ggulu. Mwaka ki ogwo gwe twogerako?
Mwaka gwali 2021. Yali 2021. Ne bampita ne ntandika okutraininga nabo nga sinafuna contract. Then mu 2022 ne bampa contract.
N'obadde kati Bull tugamba gikubidde season mmeka?
Bull kubidde season 2. Kubidde season 2. Naye nga eno season gyesiza okusambako emipiira emingi.
Season yo esembyeyo gy'ogamba gy'ozannyeko emipiira mingi, weeweetinga otya kweyo season gy'osembeko ng'omuzannyi omuto?
Sijja kwereetinga nnyo kuba safuna nnyo start ku ttiimu.
Well, that is Kwikiriza Shafiq Nana, and that is his first interview upon joining KCCAFC and committing his future to the football club. 5 years, and that is the length of the contract for that player. And it's confirmed that he's the first player for KCCAFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season. So welcome aboard, Shafiq Kwikiriza Nana, joining the club from Bull Football Club. Now we're going to be taking a break. When we return, still so much to talk about, including the Uganda Cranes, also something to do with the poll question that we put earlier on our social media pages, and we still have a signing. If time allows, we might actually add one in there. All this after the break.
The daylight makes most things shine. With the right lights, everything looks bright. Gent brings the magnificence, elegance, and beauty of your home to life. Crafted to perfection. Detail and extravagance, leaving nothing to chance. Your dream home is only a switch away. Switch to the best. Gent Electric.
All right, welcome back from that break. You're still watching KCCA FC TV show season 5, episode 35, and it's the finest and freshest football club TV, like we always tell you, in the land and some parts of the continent and also the world at large. And we have already unveiled the first signing of KCCA FC ahead of the season 2024-2025, and that is none other than Shafiq Kwikiriza Nana. Away from the first signing, because we still have others coming up later on in the show, we took the poll question that we put up earlier on our pages, that is X and Facebook, where we told you that which position would you like to see strengthened ahead of the 2024-2025 season and why. We asked you to use the hashtag KCCFC TV, and we'll be reading your opinions from X, that is first. So I read one, and then Mr. Patrick, you read the other, okay? Okay, Sabavuma Najib Musa, that is on X, says creative midfield. That is the position he feels the club should strengthen.
Then we have proud engineer Isaac Powell 3 says, our defense has conceded a lot of goals this season. We need to strengthen in that centre back.
Dr. Chirumina Raymond on X says, get serious centre backs and thank me later. Well, I don't know what he's talking about, but we have received your feedback. I mean, the head coach watches this show, so.
Mpagire Moses Mwesigwa always commenting. He says, defense, maintain midfield, and another prolific striker to Shaban, and UPL, Super 8, and Uganda Cup will be ours. He has already given us all the trophies.
Wow. Owen Jeff 6 on X says, left back, definitely. We have so much laxity defensively in that position, and it cost us so many unnecessary goals down that flank, especially those games where we were in fine form towards the climax of the season. And he also uses the hashtag KCCFC TV.
Wilfred Kashaija says, defense and a good goalkeeper for Anthony's backup.
Oh, okay.
He feels like we need Emojong, but we already signed Mugolo. Mugolofa extended his contract.
He committed his future 3 years.
3 years. Oh, he feels Mugolofa is not a good goalkeeper. Yet, he actually made some good saves on his debut. He made a double save. So
I think there's an answer
Wilfred
for that
Kasaija, we already have a goalkeeper in there, not a backup, because you can't tell who's a backup and who's not. We may be here, and next season, Mugolofa is the first choice. So you can never know.
Then Omlangira Suna Joseph says, I need the management to strengthen in defense in numbers 3 and midfield with a typical number 8 and 10, so we shall be good to go in the season, and also increase on the squad depth. Omlangira Suna, Pola and Pola, we have signings coming up on the show, so please.
Then TZ256 says, wing backs, centre back, and more strikers.
Okay. Nelson Daula David, did you read this one? He says, good evening, Moses, Magero, and Patrick. Good evening to you, please. On my side, I think also we need to replace, we need the replacement of Joel Maino and like 2 defenders, KCCFC TV. You want Joel out of the club?
Are you selling Joel? I may
be here.
We
need the replacement.
First, wait, let me go to the club pages. You may be, and I've said Joel has left the club.
No, the gentleman says we need a replacement of Joel Maino. But thank you very much, Nelson. We shall only strengthen because Joel is here to stay.
Joel is staying.
You read, I think, one from Pangire Moses.
You read Feta?
Yes.
Left back, definitely.
Yes, that one I did. Intege Isaac?
Yes, Intege Isaac.
And then we have TZ there. TZ256 says wing backs, centre backs, and more strikers. I think you read Intege.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for all your opinions on X, and we thank you that have used the hashtag KCCFC TV. Please always make sure you use that hashtag KCCFC TV because we need to trend, especially during this time, 8 to 9. There's no other club TV, football club TV that shows during this time, I mean, even those that did had to change their times. So please,
but there's also
make us trend during this time.
Is there a club TV that unveils players on TV?
No. We are the first. I mean, we are taking the trend.
But you see,
others will
besides unveiling on TV, there are even some clubs that don't unveil players at all. You only see them on the first game of the season.
Well, we have definitely to set the trend. But away from the poll question, we shall be reading Facebook later on in the show. We switch things a little bit up back to the Uganda Cranes, where they will be playing a game tomorrow against Algeria in the FIFA World Cup Qualifiers 2026. Now, that game will be at 7 p.m. at the Mandela National Stadium, where Uganda will be taking on Algeria. This game will be at 7 p.m. under the lights, and definitely Shaban Muhammad and Joel Sewage are part of that 28-man squad that is to represent Uganda Cranes. Patrick, what are your thoughts ahead of this one? Do we see Shaban add to his international tally in terms of goals? Do we see maybe more minutes for Joel Sewage and also the team at large? Do you want the team to win? Are you Ugandan enough? You just talked about Heroes Day today, so we want to hear from you.
Am I Ugandan enough?
Yes, we want to hear it. Look straight in your camera, and I hope they can bring that picture.
You are now starting to think I'm not Ugandan. But for me, I think Shaban has gotten his place in the starting 11. I would really be very shocked, by the way, for Muhammad Shaban not to start the game tomorrow. I think the other players that started might look a little bit tired. I don't know because I'm not with them. But I think the quality and the type of player that Muhammad Shaban is and the goals that he has got for us, of course, KCCA Football Club, in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, I feel like he has that extra hunger and power and extra run that he gives to opponents that I did not see before he came onto the pitch. Shaban will most definitely, of course, keep the defenders on tenterhooks most of the times. And for me, I think he's going to start. I feel he should start. Joel, the players, of course, he's competing with, I'm not saying Joel is not good. They are also as good as him, but I feel
they're more experienced.
Yes, they are more experienced, and when it comes to Uganda Cranes, you're going to pick experienced players ahead of the inexperienced players. But I also think he will also have to come into that game. Last time he came into the 85th minute. Yeah. This time round, I think he will come much more earlier on, and I can't wait to see them really. It's good to see KCCA represent the national team. Back in the day, you would have KCCA players dominating the whole entire first 11 of Uganda Cranes.
I mean, and it's still possible. But just so you know that Uganda has so far played 3 games, that is in Group G, and it is third in that group, has won 2 games and has lost 1. Algeria, that tops that group, will be coming to, they should already be in the country. That is at the Mandela National Stadium, that is tomorrow. But all the clubs have 6 points. I mean, Algeria has got 6 points, then Guinea has 6 points, Uganda has 6 points, Mozambique has 6 points, and then Botswana in the 5th position has 3, and Somalia has 0. So all those countries have got to play 10 games, and that is when we shall know who will be representing or will come out from that group to make it to the FIFA World Cup 2026 that will be played in the United States of America. Now, there is that information that you need ahead of tomorrow's game, and the tickets are already on sale, so you can pick your ticket at Fufa House, that is in Mengo, and also online, ticket.ug, for those that you know want to get those tickets. So MTN Momo, please, you can use MTN Momo and buy your ticket. Fufa Complex in Mengo, Namboli, online, ticket.ug. You can get your ticket at City Oil, that is City Oil Nakawa, Kamocha, Bombo Road, Namirembe Road, and also Total Chereka and Total Boyogere. Please make sure you do not miss that game. The double ticket holders, to anyone who bought a double ticket, kindly carry your ticket to the stadium on Monday. It will be scanned again at the turnstiles area, and that will be able to grant you access. For those that didn't buy the double ticket, I just want to look at the numbers. If I can have that graphic once again. The ordinary is 25,000 Uganda shillings. That is for those that bought the ordinary ticket. Please, can I? Okay, yeah, 25,000 Uganda shillings, and then the other ticket should be 100,000 Uganda shillings, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there we are. VIP is 50,000 Uganda shillings. Platinum is 100,000 Uganda shillings. So ordinary is 25,000 Uganda shillings. Let's head down to the Mandela National Stadium tomorrow and do support the boys. The match officials for this game are coming from Benin, and those are their names right there. quite very far, but well, we have them from Benin, the first, the second, the third, the fourth official also, and then the guy from Sierra Leone, that's the referee's assessor, and then the match commissioner is also coming in from Kenya. So yes, there we have it. Ligali Adisa Abdul from Benin, Coton Narcisse from Benin, Ontono Lucien from Benin, that is the second assistant referee. Then we have Tanislas Ahmolanto from Benin, Sanusi Rashid from Sierra Leone, and Oliele Francis from Kenya is the match commissioner. And those are the match officials ahead of match day 4 of the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers. And these games, or this game, will be at the Mandela National Stadium under the lights, 7 p.m. tomorrow, Monday, 10th of June. So let's be there to make history and be behind the Uganda Cranes and support the boys. And all the best to the Uganda Cranes, obviously. Hopefully Shaban and maybe some other player can nick in another goal and to, you know, propel us to maybe the first position ahead of Algeria if we win tomorrow. Yeah,
because I see we all have 6 points. We are tied at 6 points. There is Algeria, Mozambique, Uganda. Maybe if we can if we can actually win. I don't know why I'm so confident about Uganda getting maximum points tomorrow at home. I don't even think getting a draw is something that I'm looking at now. If we can actually win, too much to ask.
Someone has just sent me a message here that do we have Elio Capradosi as one of the signings that we are? You saw that centre back with,
yeah, very composed.
Kind of looks like John Revita.
Italian, yeah. Ugandan. Italian is like these are Ugandans who are half Munyarwanda, half Ugandan.
All we can tell you is just watch the KCCA FC TV show.
So he's a half what?
We might shock you.
Half Italian, half Ugandan.
The father is Italian, the mother is Congolese, but he was born in Uganda. So that makes him Ugandan by birth. Ah. Well, that is the player, and we might just shock you. Just keep watching the KCCA FC TV show. I told you we have another signing. If time allows, we might have another signing on the show, and we might have another signing next weekend. Just watch the KCCA FC TV show. We have so much to give to you. Now, going to the fan zone, our fans, definitely as the team is away on holiday, the fans are really enjoying themselves. Now, they had a game today, and that was Team Joel was playing
Team Osama,
and that was a friendly game at the MTN Omondi Stadium today, this afternoon, and the final score had Team Joel, Serunjoji, having 2 goals, and Team Osama Arafat with 1 goal. And definitely there were quite a number of games there, but that was the main game. Team Joel 2 and Team Osama 1. Well, that is it for the fans.
By the way,
and
Team Joel,
of the pictures, yeah?
Team Joel, Stiga does not only stop at supporting, he scored a brace.
He scored, oh.
He's scored a brace for Team Joel, and that's why they won. They won 2-1.
Those are some of the pictures. As you can see, that is a fans coordinator.
The guy looks
Tom Matovu. Oh, I mean, he looks money.
KCCA must really pay him so well.
Fans coordinator for the most successful football club in Uganda. That is the outgoing vice president, Sophie Najemba Sona. She was also there. And Kasim Chaze, very many other, people that really
Tom the Don.
Tom the Don, that is his new
Tom
name.
Matovu the Don, a.k.a.
Tom Matovu. Okay. He's a very good man. We'll step away from the fan zone. But thank you very much to our fans for doing all those activities, especially during this time when the players are away, and keeping together and growing that fan base. We want more and more fans branches opened up in very many parts of this country, and that is how we shall be able to grow this club that has been here for 61 years and counting. Now it's time to unveil the second player that has joined KCCAFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season. And we always say that pictures tell a better story. Here is the person, or here is the player joining KCCAFC and committing his time at the club for very, very many years. Have a look.
Munguchi Steven, mbeera Kasubi, nenzalibwa Masuulita.
Oh wow, that is Stephen Munguchi, the second player joining KCCAFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season. Confirmed here on the KCCAFC TV show. Well, I like the outro of that unveiling video. Very confident from the player. Welcome aboard, Stephen Munguchi, confirmed second player joining KCCA Football Club. Now let's look at the fact file of this player just to know more about him. Stephen Munguchi, position attacking midfielder, date of birth 24th June 1995, so his birthday is a few days away. Former clubs, he's played for Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club, had a loan stint at Bright Stars Football Club, and recently played for Gaddafi Football Club season 2023-2024. He has earlier on, obviously, in his career, played for Kakiri Town Council and also started his football journey at Kikit Soccer Academy that is in Wakiso. And his contract is 3 years. That is the player, Stephen Munguchi, attacking midfielder, and confirmed he's the second player that joins KCCAFC ahead of the 2024-2025 season. Welcome aboard once again, Stephen Munguchi. Patrick, we have the confirmation in there. Stephen Munguchi joins KCCAFC for 3 years, an attacking midfielder, and also joins that bottomless well of rich attacking players, especially at KCCA Football Club. What do you know about this player, and what does he bring to the party?
He's a very good left-footed player, I must say. And in our team, do we have a left-footed midfielder?
Attacking midfielder?
I don't think we have Guy. Guy, I think, is the only left-footed midfielder that we have in the team. Okay. So if we have Munguchi Steven joining in there, he's also attacking-minded, and he has a very swift left foot, and I think is a very good addition to the midfield. And the fact that KCCA has very many tournaments to play, starting with the Super 8 in there, I think it's very good to have the numbers. Yeah,
looking very beautifully in that the yellow and blue, and there he is signing his 3 years contract at KCCAFC, obviously buying that very nice backdrop banner, and you can really see, I mean, I'm sure at the end of the 3 years he will be looking healthier than he is. It's not that he's not looking healthy, but you've seen Tom. You've seen Tom in the other picture.
The Don.
You can see how he came in and how he is right now.
You can see the body is changing.
But we do welcome Stephen Munguchi to KCCA Football Club. And now we caught up with the player upon his joining KCCA Football Club. What does he feel? How does he feel? I mean, what does he bring to the party? And so much. Here is Stephen Munguchi's first interview at KCCA Football Club.
Nze Munguchi Steven, mbeera Kasubi, nenzalibwa Masuulita. Atandikira mu Kikit Soccer Academy, nenjija mu Kakiri Town Council, awo nengenda mu Masaza, Busiro, nava mu Busiro nenjija mu URA nengenda ku Bright Star, nengenda ku Gaddafi jembadde paka kati wendi wano ku KCCAFC signing. Pulira bulungi nnyo signingira KCCAFC ekyali ekirooto kyange okuva mu buto paka kati. Message gye nnina gyensangala okugamba abawagizi ba KCC just bantekemu obwesige, nzize wano kuwangula, tujja kuwangula ffenna n'abawagizi ne technical team yonna tujja kuwangula.
Well, that is Stephen Munguchi's first interview at the football club, that is KCCA. And just to pick out what he said, that he feels very happy joining KCCA Football Club, and he says it has been his dream, and now he's living his dream, joining KCCA Football Club. And he says he calls upon the fans and everybody at the football club, you know, to be or to work as a unit, and together they will be able to achieve so much more, especially for a club like KCCA Football Club that has got 61 years and counting. Welcome aboard, Stephen Munguchi. Now, some of the statistics for this gentleman. Last season at Gaddafi Football Club, he scored 2 goals and assisted 4 times. And that is Stephen Munguchi. Those are some of the numbers. Definitely a player that has also committed the long term at KCCAFC, because 3 years. For an attacking midfielder, he's not given us 1 or 2. So 3 years should be also something long.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he assists. If you can assist that much, 4 assists in a team like Gaddafi, if you're playing in a team like KCCA that scores very many goals and scored the most goals last season, I'm sure we shall be having something like 8 or even 10 assists from Stephen Munguchi. So he's a very good prospect, and I hope that he keeps flying.
Welcome aboard once again, Stephen Munguchi, and we can only, here at KCCFC TV show, we can only say that we wish you all the very best for your future at the football club, and hopefully you can add so much more to what those that have been at the club before you have done for that very, very great club. Now, from Stephen Munguchi, I told you if time allows, we might have another signing unveiled on the show tonight, but we'll switch things a little bit up and go to the poll question that we put up on our Facebook page earlier on, where we asked you which positions do you want strengthened, which position would you like to see strengthened ahead of the 2024-2025 season, and why. And these are some of the comments on Facebook. Patrick will run through this quite very quickly. Yeah. Okay,
Econ Tipster says, we need more guys who can exaggerate our soccer, develop debates and competitions, create more derbies on and off the pitch. That will be the greatest signing of all time.
Emenge Kingsley Hamza Kuchu, who is a top fan, who has a top fan badge, says central defense line, another left back, plus a center forward.
Muguma Karim says, keeping Shaban and Mugume will be like the biggest signings of the season.
Then Mugema Karim says, okay, yeah, that one. There's Emma Vibe says, Busoga United FC back to the SUPL mission and getting a sponsor is what I want to see strengthened. This is a Busoga
United fan.
Please.
You must be lucky that he has gotten a mention on KCFC TV.
Good luck in the big league, please. Go ahead.
Yiga Livingston, who is also a top fan, says, retain all players and add a central defender. With that coaching staff, we will be champions next season.
We have Mariam Fidaus, who says striking position, if at all you can maintain more Shaban and you add one more striker in case of injuries, then the team is still hot in scoring goals in every game come next season. Thank you very much, Mariam.
And finally, from my side, Godfrey Mugula says the defense needs a lot of changes.
Finally, from my side, we have Begumisa Hillary, who says we don't have a goalkeeper. We need one, provided defender, versatile midfield. Mr. Begumisa, we do have goalkeepers at the football club. We have a Mojong, we have Mogolofa, we have Derek, we have other guys from the junior team. There's Luchamuzi in there.
Very many goalkeepers.
So there are very many opinions, I mean, and comments on Facebook. We couldn't read all of them because of time, and we can only say thank you very much for always commenting, and that is on all our poll questions, and we can't thank you enough. And always remember to use that hashtag KCCFC TV show. Now, I'm here to hear from my producer. If we still have time, we might just have one more signing unveiled on the KCCFC TV show, if time allows. I'm just trying to see if, I mean, he's trying to communicate with me. So if he gives me the green light.
You want us to finish everything?
Patrick, you're parting shots because he tells me we don't have time.
Muko says hi to you, Muko, our Boda guy.
Why, like
yeah, and also he's watching, and also Mwiza, Mukwa Mwiza Sophie. I think you know her.
Yeah.
A fine lady who has one of the best shoes I know.
Is she a fan?
Yeah, she's a KCCA fan. She has one of the coolest kicks in Kampala. So
the producer says we're going to charge you for the advert. So
no, you say I send greetings.
I do love nice kicks, so I might visit her very soon. But
okay.
Definitely some of the people that have been sending their regards and their comments here. We have Shinuna, Oshina, thank you very much. We have Essie Kisi. Esther Kisi, thank you very much, and Hakim Mwanje, and some friend of mine called Belinda. Thank you very much, quite very many others. Thank you very much for watching the KCCA.
So they don't charge you
no,
for sending
these have been sending comments on the show. They do want to see. But as we do wind up, we remind you that the Uganda Cranes will be back in action tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Mandela National Stadium. So make sure you head down and support the Uganda Cranes. That is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Under the lights at the Mandela National Stadium. Welcome aboard once again, Shafiq Kwikiriza Nana and Stephen Munguchi, who have joined KCCFC. You heard it first here and saw it first on the KCCFC TV show. Because of time, we couldn't have the third signing in. But who knows, maybe next Sunday, maybe the Sunday after next Sunday, or maybe during the week, we might just shock you with some players that have renewed their contracts and those that have joined KCCA Football Club. From me and everybody that makes sure this show runs every week, Sunday, 8 p.m. until 9 p.m., I will only say that Happy Heroes Day and have a fantastic new week. Bye-bye.